I might be late to the party, but it's never too late to have a good time.
Oh, beneath our worn hammock beats the rhythm of your song in the mountains of our ancestors where our roots have grown so long.
Let's talk about Suno.com today. Okay, so I know I am not even first on the scene, but I am like probably last on the scene. A couple weeks ago, I was looking for some sort of AI music generator, and for some reason, I just couldn't find one. But then, literally out of nowhere, like a week later, boom, Suno showed up. Where has this been? This is one of the absolute best user interfaces I think I've ever seen. This is Suno. You can find it at suno.com. So it gives you random mashups of different music types, styles, genres that, be honest, most of them I have never heard of before. But that doesn't mean I don't love some of them. Grime tango?
Lost in the beats of the concrete tango, amidst the tower blocks, hearts on the frango.
So this is super cool, and honestly, I could just play around with this for a long time. But that's not really the superpower of Suno. I'm not going to go over a tutorial. I'm not going to go in depth because I'm really not a musician, and I'm sure it's got features that I don't understand. But as a place to just go play, this is really, really fun. All right, so right up front, I do want to talk about the pay structure. With the free plan, you get 50 credits a day. That's about 10 songs, and I think it rolls over every day. You cannot use the music for commercial use. There's a bunch of extra features that you don't have access to. They've just released model 4.5. You don't have access to that. But for a base model is super fun to play with, and you can just create music if you want to listen to it yourself or maybe send something to a friend. I did upgrade to the Pro plan because I am using it for commercial use, because I'm putting it out on YouTube. So anything I create, I now have a license. And it gives you several other things. Obviously, you get a lot more credits. This says up to 500 songs a month, which is plenty for me for just playing around with it. Standard and Pro features, early access. I think you can buy add-on credits. Maybe some month you're playing around with it extra. You just need a few more credits, but you don't want to jump up to the next model. They do have a Premier plan, $24 a month. These are yearly billing prices, I should say. Monthly billing, the Pro plan is $10 a month. And with the Premier plan at $30 a month, as best as I can tell, you get 10,000 credits, which is up to 2,000 songs. And it looks like that's about it. I mean, you're just paying for more credits. You can create a whole bunch more songs, and you can edit the songs you've already worked on. I am not quite sure of their payment structure, but it uses a certain amount of credits to go and edit a song and customize it the way you like. We'll get into that just a little bit, but the fun part is just playing. I am going to go in and just create something, and I'm going to use version 4.5 because I have access to it, and why wouldn't I? So you go in here and it's got a simple prompt or a custom prompt. If you have something very specific, you could go in here, you could add your own lyrics. I think you can automatically have it. Yeah, you can give it kind of a vibe and a feeling by line, by the full song. You can make it only instrumental. You can enter a style description, and on all of these, it seems like they give you just a whole slew of suggestions that you can go in and select from, and you can just keep adding to them, and you want some more. Some tweaks you really don't want in there. Give it a song title. It's got just a ton of options that I have not played with. All right, so the simplest way to create a song, and honestly, this is the only one I've been using just to play. You go in here, you give it a prompt, and it gives you a selection of musical types to add in. I don't even know what half of these might mean. Oh, I definitely want a story. Don't know what that is. I don't know what that means, but I want a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm gonna make this about a thunderstorm. And then you hit create. It takes about 10 credits, and then it will create two different versions of the song. It takes just, I don't know, 30 seconds or so to get it started, and it will start generating the song. And as you hit play, it will continue to generate it as you listen. Let's listen to this for a minute.
A trembling sky can't find its song. I feel unstable, but I hold on. Dance with the thunder that shakes our ground. Lost in the chaos, the fear resounds. Raindrops, lightning cracks with a burning sting. Echoes chase like a haunted ring. A trembling sky can't find its song.
All right, and I will pause that for just a minute so I can explain just a couple more things. You can go into that song and see the lyrics. So this is a full LLM based on that prompt that you put in, and I just put, based on a thunderstorm. It's going to create some lyrics for you and create a whole song. That's kind of awesome. Some of them I found better than others, but to me, this is just a really fun idea. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my library. The songs that have a dot next to them means they're the ones you haven't listened to yet. So if you were just generating a bunch of songs, kind of from a bunch of different prompts, and then you were sort of losing track of which ones you had listened to and which ones you hadn't, that is your cue. All right, what next? What next? So, okay, so let's say I've got a friend and maybe she's just feeling a little bit down. So I want to create a little song about her and send it to her. So I have a friend, she likes to paint watercolors and she likes to garden. And I just think she's a great person, so I want to write a song about her. Now, I haven't tried a prompt this sort of meta before. The other prompts I was playing with were, here's the style of music and I want it to be about apples and oranges or whatever. But let's see what we can do here. Oh, cute female voice. Yes, I want that. She is a fan of country. So let me put that in. Maybe soft electric guitar. Sure. Oh, and happy rock, because I want it to be happy, right? She colors the world.
Hands stained with petals, dirt, and rain. Brushes dance like wild hearts insane. She sows the ground with life unknown. Each bloom, each hue is where she's grown.
That is exactly what I had in mind for this song. That's pretty impressive, actually. But of course, I am curious about the second version of this song. And as far as I can tell, the lyrics stay the same between the two versions. It's just the vocals and the music that are a little bit different.
Hands stained with petals, dirt, and rain. Brushes dance like wild hearts insane. She sows the ground with life unknown. Each bloom, each hue is where she's grown.
So let's try that again. Let's go create a brand new song. One of the things I noticed was an option in some of my earlier playings was you could put in a certain beat per minute. So like sometimes if you are working out or running or something, exercising, you want a certain beat to drive that song. So I'm gonna say 165 beats per minute. And what do I want? Dubstep. I want, again, not knowing what most of these are. Ooh, relentless, some hard kicks. I need something to kind of keep me going. Aggressive drums. I don't need relentless and aggressive. That might be too much. Let's do one more. Clever. All right, that sounds good. And since I want to use this while I'm running, I want it to be a song about running when you don't feel like it. Because sometimes you just have to go get that workout in. It's still got that same title in there.
Shoes on the floor, but my heart won't budge. The pavement's calling, but I hold a grudge.
All right, so I could run to that, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. I want something, I don't know, a little more upbeat, a little bit more pop, 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 pop. I need it to have that driving beat. So I want to edit this. So as far as I can tell, to remaster or edit the song overall, like the overall feeling, you basically go back into the prompt and just change it and create a whole new song. I want more of a driving beat, keep me going kind of song. Furious. Maybe I want furious music to run to. Maybe heavy bass drops. Sure, let's try that in. So this is kind of a mess, but it is going to an LLM to take all this in and figure out what it thinks I meant. Hopefully it knows what I meant, because I don't know what I meant. And you can see I went through my free credits pretty quickly the first time I was playing with this, because it's just so much fun. All right, the new version of She Colors the World. Something has happened. It is stuck on that title. Usually it will give you a new title every time.
I fight the drag, the pull of my bed, but the beat in my chest keeps pounding ahead. Run anyway, don't let it fade through the fire and the grind that your mind is made feel.
Okay, so those are fine. Those are, I would say, nothing super special. I've had better luck, certainly with some of my other music. There is definitely a way to change the title in here. All right, so this is the editing the song, and it's got, you can replace sections of the song. So this is definitely a specific situation where I wouldn't know what I'm doing. If I wanted a certain section, I might want to change the chorus, the lyrics, the style in that part, and you can generate it sort of piece by piece. I think you can move this around. You can, select an individual verse or chorus, you can change the bridge, and you can remove, you can crop, you can extend, you can fade out. So it will do quite a bit for you in here. All right, so I closed that window down and I came back in because I did want to make sure that that glitch where it just kept giving me the same song title over and over was just a one-time glitch. And it was, because we rolled the dice and we got a majestic, sad rap song about waiting for a delivery. And you know how that is, that can happen. So we definitely want to give that a listen.
Been waiting by the window, breath hit the glass, hunger in my stomach, whole world moving fast, every tick of the clock, a lifetime to unpack.
Okay, that is very sad. I mean, I knew it was going to be poignant, but my heartstrings, that's just sad. All right, so Suno also has a ton of music that other people have created and they've published. You can go listen to what other people have put out there. And I did find, if you want to edit the title, you can go into here and look at the song details. You can change the title. You can edit the lyrics that are displayed. That does not actually change the song. It doesn't, they don't start singing them, but you can change what is on the display. And you can allow comments. This is kind of where you would edit basically the thumbnail if you're sharing it. You can replace the image. You could add a video. It doesn't do that here. You would have to do that somewhere else. You can add your own image or video and kind of really customize the song and then share it out the way you want it to look. So I don't have any grandiose takeaways today. Today was just about playing, and I think Suno is definitely worth playing around with. It's just a ton of fun, especially that interface where you can just select random styles. You can roll the dice and see what it gives you. If you're looking for AI fun for an afternoon, definitely go check it out. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.